clearly this is where B2B, where just buying behavior in general is moving towards marketplace, distributor or cloud. So for somebody who's on this webinar or just a partner leader in general who's exploring marketplaces, where should you start to make this decision? And what should you look at first?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is selling it internally. And let me
Hmm.
just give you a couple of stats. And here's stats where we were wrong as analysts. And we don't admit all that often when we were wrong, but we were actually wrong on the wrong side of it, which is we weren't aggressive enough. When
Mm.
something is growing at that pace, that there's a hockey stick, sometimes you under predict, how quickly something's growing. So one of the areas we said is, this was years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we said, AWS is trending to be a top 10 distributor in the world. You're talking about the $5 trillion industry we're in. They're
Hmm.
trending to be a top 10 by 2025. Remember, TD
That's
SYNC.
next year, by the way.
Yeah. So this was years ago. So,
Yeah.
we were looking at companies like TD SYNNEX and Ingram, who are the top two. They're bigger than Nike and Coca-Cola and Starbucks, like combined. They are really, really big companies. So to join that group took 43 years for them to build that revenue number.
Hmm.
AWS did it in 18 months. They beat our prediction by over a year. So they're already there.
Yeah.
So, we predicted they'd be doing 45 billion by 2025, among the top cloud marketplaces. It happened last year. Like we're a year or two behind how quickly we're predicting these things to happen. We've had 4 companies issue press releases. CrowdStrike was first, Palo Alto, Snowflake, Splunk. 4 companies now are doing billion-dollar businesses just on AWS. That doesn't include Microsoft. It doesn't include Google. It doesn't include the others. So we are, past this point of, hey, is this going to be a thing? Well, buying
It's a
behavior,
thing.
yes, it is a thing, and it's going to be a bigger and bigger thing. So the numbers are there. We already have, and maybe some of your competitors I just mentioned, already doing billions in this mode. And this one-to-one, building a 7-layer stack. Like I'm buying infrastructure, I add security. I'm buying SaaS, I add AI and backup, and these layered things are happening, and the marketplaces make it so much easier. People that bought this also bought that. Oops, I
Hmm.
guess I should secure it. Half the drugstores in Canada are shut down today because of a security breach. Oops, I guess I should, buy that along with this. So this is the mode. This is where we're going. And I don't see anything, both in consumer behavior, buyer behavior, demographics, firmographics. Like I don't see anything, turning this ship around and saying we're going to go back to old school supply chain, old school procurement in this generation.